Welcome to your 20-minute yoga practice for full body tension release. Meet me in a seated position near the center of your mat. Lengthen through the spine. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Palms of your hands can rest on your knees. We're just going to start with a neck release. So drop the nose down toward the chest. Roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. And come back through center, rolling your right ear over to your right shoulder. Slowly move through these little half circles, back and forth. Feel free to stay anywhere that feels particularly stiff or sticky. And come back to center, lift your head back up to neutral. Inhale, reach your arms high overhead. And exhale, release into a side body stretch. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right arm reaches long. Now drop your right hand down to the mat. Walk your way through center and over to the right side of your mat, leaving the right hand down on the mat and opening the left arm, coming into your side body stretch on the other side. Breathe deep into the ribs. Inhale, rise, come back up to center. Arms reach high overhead, and now take a twist over to the left. So right hand comes to your left knee, left hand behind you for support.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. You shine like gold.
Release your twist, come back to center, and let's go to the other side. So left hand comes to your right knee, right palm behind you for support, twisting toward the right.
But I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life
Release, come back to center, and then make your way over to your hands and knees, coming into your tabletop position. So hips over the knees, shoulders over your wrists. Let's just take a couple rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to a neutral spine. And step your palms further away from you so you can sink your chest down for your puppy pose. Keep your hips over your knees, either relaxing the forehead down toward the mat or for a little bit deeper and an opening through the throat, Lift your gaze and rest your chin down on the mat.
You love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
Now engage the arms to come up and then just sink your hips back toward your heels, settling into your child's pose.
Give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah.
Come back up to your tabletop pose. Tuck your toes underneath and send your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Take whatever movements feel good here. Opening through the chest, the back of the hamstrings. No tension in the neck. Take an inhale, right leg rises, bend your knee, open up your hip. Let's just start to make some hip circles here. So circling first in one direction, then switch, circle the other way. Then bring your right foot forward to the top of your mat, left knee down, and rise into your low lunge. Arms reach high overhead, sinking into that left hip flexor. Now to add a stretch for your triceps, bend your left elbow and use your right hand to pull your left elbow behind your head. And you can stay here if this is enough of a stretch, or come into full cow face arms by internally rotating your right arm and clasping your hands behind your back. Keep your chest lifted. Release and bring both hands down to the mat on the inside of your right foot. Coming into this passive variation of your lizard pose. So you can come on to the pinky toe edge of your right foot, toes lifting off the mat, allow the hips to sink low. And let's add a quad stretch, so reach back with your right hand, grabbing the left foot and pulling the heel down toward your glute.
Someday you'll know. You know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long.
Carefully release your left toes down to the mat. Tuck your left toes under and step your left foot forward to the outside of your left palm, coming into your malasana. So elbows press into the knees, chest is lifted, lengthen through the spine. Release your hands down to the mat. Step your right toes to the back of your mat and allow your right knee to drop, coming into that passive lizard variation on the left now. So you can roll onto the pinky toe edge of your left foot, toes lift off. hips sink down. Now to add your quad stretch, left arm reaches back, grabs the right foot, and pull down toward your glute. Carefully release the right toes. Heel toe your left foot to the center of your mat and inhale, rise, coming into your low lunge. Arms reach high overhead. Now bend your right arm, pulling your right elbow down behind your head with your left hand, and stay here, or internally rotate your left arm, clasping your hands behind your back, coming into your full cow face arms. Release your arms, plant your hands down to the mat, step back into your three-legged dog, bend your left knee, opening up your hip, and let's take those hip circles over here. So first circling in one direction, and then switch, circle the other way, and release into your downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg rises. Bring your right foot to the top of your mat and pivot your toes over to the left side of your mat, coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, come onto your fingertips. Exhale, turn your left toes out and sink into your skandasana on the left. Left knee bends. Right toes are pointed up toward the sky. You can leave your hands down on the mat for support, or hands come to prayer at heart center. Hands come down to the mat if they're not there already, and just walk yourself through transitioning over to your skandasana on the right. Release, then just make your way down to your mat, lying on your back. Knees are bent. We're going to come into our reclined pigeon pose. So flex your left foot, place it on top of your right knee, and pull the right thigh in toward your belly. Release, let the right foot drop to the mat, left foot comes to meet him, and you can shift your hips a little bit over to the left and allow both knees to drop over to the right for your easy supine twist. Come back to center, and we'll go to the other side. So right foot is flexed, comes to the top of your left knee. Pull your left thigh in toward your belly. Release. Allow your left foot to drop down to the mat. Right foot comes to meet it. Shift your hips over to the right and allow both knees to drop to the left for your easy supine twist. Bring your knees back to center. Then bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to open, coming into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Option to stay right here if this feels like a good final resting pose for today, or you can release your legs out long, coming into your Shavasana. Wherever you are, just allow the body to melt into the mat. No tension. No effort, completely at rest. Let's bring small movements back into the fingers and toes, deepening the breath. Make those movements a little bigger into the wrists and ankles. Take a full body stretch, then gently make your way over to your fetal pose, coming up to take a comfortable seat on your mat. Find length in the spine. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Take a deep inhale, arms reach high overhead. Exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, please do let me know by hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel for more at-home health and wellness content.